Apple Watch, and I've sold 2 machines just by them using their own Apple Watch and testing it. Okay, I was at in Johor. I was in a factory, and the chairman was sitting here, the CFO was sitting here, and the doctor was sitting there. And I just mentioned about the product, and I let them try. And the CFO said, "What proof do you have?" You know, after he drank, he measured his own watch. He was at 94. After drinking, it went up to 99. 5% increase happened for me. Right, and immediately the chairman bought 20 units from me for the factory. So and if you're using Apple Watch, many a times, sometimes the Apple Watch just hangs there because when it reaches 100%, the watch couldn't recognize it and it just hangs. The higher it would increase. And we all know oxygen is beneficial for health, right? Everyone knows that. If you don't think it's beneficial for your health, try holding your breath. Important for health. But there isn't a supplement to increase oxygen. The next area I want to show you is the oxygen water test. That means how the water you're drinking, right? This one is from already oxygenated. Which water on the table isn't oxygenated yet? My presentation, fresh water, to classify as fresh water, is 8 parts per million to 20 parts per million. So this currently, the air or oxygen in the room is about 8.4 parts per million. Okay. So iTerra Care is good for frequency, but what do you use? Filtered water? Just from the tap. Okay. So tap water generally is about 6.5 to 6.8 worldwide. But there's no oxygen. That's why iTerra Care works very well with OxyTap. You in and then you oxygenate it. Okay, so it's 6.2. Okay. We can mix also, but of course when you mix, it's not as high. This fresh would be the highest. Oximeter like this, the lesser oxygen is going to be. So it's going to be 3 or 4 ppm only. Right? And that's very low oxygen. This is 20. So there's a maximum it can read. We can even go above the reading here.
Wow.
Okay? Reach this.
Sure.
There's a lot of BS in the internet. We are 1,000 times more. We are selling oxy drops, which is 3 times more than regular. But you use this to measure, it's less than tap water. So a lot of BS without the real meter. We are showing real life, real meter, and it's very high. And this is a US-based company. Okay, we use only industrial standard meter.
Okay.
Screw thread. But if this is not industry standard, it cannot screw in. Some of the PET bottles, you can use this to screw in. And if you want to put a higher, yeah, you can do this. But always make sure, always make sure the 2 holes here, there's 2 holes in the nozzle and 1 hole at the base. The 2 holes at the nozzle is the intake holes, the one at the top. Always make sure when you put in, the water level is above the 2 holes. Alright? If not, it's sucking air only and it will dry up the pump. Okay? So, when you share about the difference, because a lot of them says, I was at a convention and this lady came and said, I have a very, very good, show me that bottle. And I took that bottle and I used this to test. And guess what? It's lesser than tap water. I said, why don't you dip tap water in your father's tongue? So there's a lot of flake in the market. If you don't have tools like that, everyone, you can check. Amazon is the same. They are selling oxygen drops. Even Singapore Airlines, such a high-end product, high-end airlines, they're selling you oxygen drops as well. And they're saying, oh, that can help you elevate jet lag. But they have not tested with this, right? And people are buying it, and when I ask the stewardess, can I buy one? They say, no, it's sold out. It's one of our most popular products. I said, look here, we got the real thing. You're buying a fake stuff. You know what I mean? So without this, you can't differentiate in the market because everyone, the only thing they are looking at is at the labels. Oh, I'm 1,000 times more than any other water oxygen level in the market. So these are all fake. Okay? Featured in US and all that, and they actually one of the company took our product and sell the same, and that's version 1. This is version 5 of the machine. Version 1 and version 5, the difference is we now have a bigger oxygen tank, right? And there are sensors built in to ensure that the machine works very well internally. Okay, compared to the first version. So we are already 5 versions. It's like iPhone 1, now this is iPhone 5, right? So it's a different product altogether. And there is no other competition in the market which has this. Okay, a lot of them in the past, like what you showed me, hydrogen flask. Okay, there's a difference between hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, sorry, in around, and the Japanese so-called use that as a marketing hype, right? And they push the benefits of hydrogen. But yesterday, like I showed you on the element chart, right? You saw hydrogen is made up of how many percent of our human body? It's only 0.6 or 0.7. You saw oxygen is how many percent? It's 65% made up of human body. So what? The deficiency of hydrogen and the deficiency of oxygen, which is more needed? Oxygen is so much more needed. I'm not debating about the benefits of hydrogen or oxygen, but you see both of these elements, the importance is still oxygen. When you go to the